Hello and greetings and salutations everyone. It is I, Flip the Bacon, and welcome back to all my returning subscribers. And if this is your very first time checking out my channel, well, welcome to Flip the Bacon. I really hope you enjoy what you see here and you'll stick around with my great and wonderful gaming channel. Now today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit special, and something I've been meaning to do for a while now. As you may have seen in some of my previous videos, I mentioned I was going to start doing game reviews on my blind Let's Play series, video games I play on this channel. Now, this video here is going to be covering my video game review system for you guys, so you can kind of know how I come up with my scores and why I came up with the scores I did while I'm reviewing a game. Moving on to the second part here, you'll see I came up with 10 categories I think are the most important things while reviewing a game. Now, these categories over there are stories, control, visual styles or graphics, sound, music, enjoyment, replay value, bug-free, tutorial / informing, and difficulty. Yeah, so I think these are the 10 most important things to cover while doing a game review. Now, when we move over here, you'll see that each category earns a score based on hearts. So each category can get either 0 hearts, half a heart, 1 heart, 1.5 hearts, or up to a maximum of 2 hearts. So you'll see we got an example going on here off to the side, and we're just going to use category 1, which is story, to cover each one of these examples for you guys today. So let's say for example 1 here, which we'll be covering like story, they get a 0 for the story overall in the video game. This means that this story in this video game was the worst garbage you have ever seen. You can think that monkeys, rocks, frogs, or whatever could write a better story than what was in this video game. It's absolutely worse. Moving on to example 2 here, which is half a heart. This means that the story was terrible, but there was some kind of redeeming quality to it that made it not the worst thing ever. I don't know what that quality is, but it's something that saved it from being the worst story ever. And moving on to example 3, which is a full heart, which means that this story wasn't good, but wasn't bad either. It was just kind of average. It was just kind of meh, and that's how you feel about it. And moving on to example 4, which is 1.5 hearts. This story was pretty dang good, but was just missing that special something to make it 100% the most awesome thing around. Be that maybe it was like plot points that they never finished, or maybe they didn't even go back and cover one of your favorite characters' backstory, something along those lines. Moving on to example 5, which is 2 full hearts. That's the most hearts you can get for a category. This means that the story was flawless and it was the best story ever. This would be like an example for me would be Chrono Trigger. That was the best story. I enjoyed this game. Couldn't get a better story ever. So yeah, that's how you kind of get the scores based on hearts for the games for each category. Okay, we're moving on to the next page. On this page, it shows that a game could score a maximum of 20 hearts, meaning that in all 10 categories, it got 2 hearts. So if a video game got 0 hearts in every single category, it would mean it would get the worst score possible. So yeah, this shows that a game could get a maximum of 20 hearts total in it when I'm doing a game review on it. Okay, so moving on. Depending on how many hearts a game gets during a view, it's going to fall into one of these 5 categories. I'm not going to read the description for each one of these categories for you guys, but if you can't read it because you're watching on a cell phone or on a small tablet, you can see the details for the descriptions down in the descriptions for this video. So starting off on the top here, a game that falls into the 18.5 to 20 heart score is extraordinary. This is the best score a game could get on my rating system. And the 14 to 18 heart score range is excellent. The 9.5 to 13.5 is the average score for a game. And the 5 to 9 hearts is a terrible. And the 0 to 4.5 heart score is the worst a game could get. This means this game is just garbage and doesn't do too well. It's just really, really bad. Okay, so we're moving on, and on this page there's a description for each one of the categories where you guys can kind of get a better idea of what I'm looking at when I'm looking for each category. Again, if this video, you're watching on a video or watching on a device that's too small to read this, please read it in the descriptions in the video below, or in the video description below. And this one covers story, control, visual styles or graphics, and sound. And on this page it covers music, enjoyment, replay value, bug-free tutorial. And then on this last page here, it covers difficulty. Now on difficulty, I had a really hard time coming up with a good system for rating difficulties in a video game, but I think I came up with a pretty decent system, and this should be pretty good, and I think it should make everyone happy. As you can see here, I came up with a really good system for I think, in my opinion, for rating a game difficulty. And I just have a few more things I'd like to say before I finally wrap up this video. My very first game review video should be coming out pretty soon, hopefully in the next 3 to 5 days for you guys, maybe a little bit sooner, maybe a little bit later. We'll be covering Zombie Vikings. Now, Zombie Vikings was one of the very first blind Let's Play series I ever did on the Flip the Bacon channel. So it was really cool. It was Zoink Games was the one that developed and published the game, and they were one of the very first companies that hooked me up with a copy of a game to do a blind Let's Play series on and a game review. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and it'll be cool, and it's awesome and meets everyone's expectations. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to say at this point. I hope you guys enjoy my video game review system and find that it's fair and honest and cool and all that stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up this video with what we always say at the end. You guys ready for it? Flip that bacon. See you next time, and goodbye. Flip that bacon. Yeah. Goodbye.